Who's up? Who's down?
My who's up is Tom Brady. Brady is in such a great position. He can take a year off, a little gap year, before he's going to join Fox Sports as their lead analyst. 10-year, $375 million. When you listen to Brady, I mean, there is the question is he going to do it? Is he not going to do it? Talking to Fox people, they feel very confident that Brady will be in the booth. It's a lot of money. But the thing that they keep talking about is that Tom Brady wants to be the best. We know he's considered the greatest of all time as a player. As a broadcaster, he has all the cards. If he wants to do it, if he doesn't, he can now enjoy a year off, which is kind of nice. Because most people I know, who have 10-year, $375 million contracts, they usually start them right away. So Brady's going to wait a year.
My who's up? Andrew Figvaresi, Fox Sports PR. I believe this is the first time we have ever had a communications executive on the Who's Up list. We've done the Who's Down before, Dan Masonson of NBC, but they said it couldn't be done. He delivered on Eric Shanks as the big get. It's a great interview that we have. But also, how many words was your Kevin Burkhardt, Greg Olsen story?
I don't know, probably 1,200.
1,200. I came in at 1,800 words. I saw stories in The Athletic, The Ringer. I mean, that guy, he got. I know it's Super Bowl week, and it's sort of easier to pitch stories than not. But Andrew Figvaresi got a bunch of stories out, and he got us Eric Shanks. He was up.
Before I do my Who's Down, though, I did have a question for you. I read the Olsen piece, a little positive. I mean, which historical figure do you think he should be compared to? Gandhi, MLK, George Washington? Like, which historical figure do you think Greg Olsen should be compared to?
I'm glad you brought that up, because I went into that. I was behind the scenes for that story, and the whole story was supposed to be about, hey, here's the crew going into the Super Bowl. And very quickly, I noticed they love Greg Olsen. Look at some of those quotes in that story. They really like him. And so Who's Up, Tom Brady, when he wants to come into the booth, he's going to go into the booth. Like, he's going into the booth, potentially replacing somebody who is really bonded with and is really well liked by the people in that crew. It's going to be interesting to see.
All right, let's move to Who's Down. John, I'll take it first. Last week caused a little of a stir on this podcast when I said this. I know CBS is aware of this. They tried an intervention last off season, and they knew, they anticipated this. So that's a credit to them, people in charge there, but it has not gotten better, and it's a problem. CBS Sports is my Who's Down. I'll tell you why. So after wrote a story, they said they always have meetings with people. I was giving them credit. They realize they have an issue, which they do, with Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. A year from now, the Super Bowl is going to be a CBS Super Bowl. They're going to have to figure out how Nantz and Romo are going to get better. The word intervention is, they hadn't gone down to go see Tony Romo. It's not something they do all the time. They are trying to figure out a way to make Nantz and Romo better. So CBS, I was trying to actually tell something they were doing positively, realizing there's an issue with that broadcast booth. So I was trying to give them credit. But anyways, things happen. So CBS Sports, Who's Down?
All right, so describe intervention. What is an intervention?
Well, I did look it up in Webster's dictionary.
That's how the conversations went, huh?
Well, no, I mean, I look, this is what happened. They hadn't gone down to see Tony. They went down to see Tony Romo last offseason. Sean McManus, the chairman of CBS Sports, he went on one visit. The lead producer for the NFL games, Jim Rickoff, also went out, I think, a couple times, maybe some other people as well. And they wanted to get Tony Romo back to the form that he had shown when he was first out of the league, when he retired and he was first in the booth and he was in sensation. He doesn't sound the same. His 2019 AFC Championship game, not only because he was predicting all of the plays correctly, it was Chiefs Patriots, but just how on top of it he was. There's a difference. This year and last year, there are times where he doesn't know the names of players. That's bad. Now, I've talked about this a number of times. It's the combination. That could be endearing, like an Al McGuire was, if he had the right partner. Nantz doesn't really pick him up that way. That's not Nantz's thing necessarily, to be quick on his feet that way. But they just have to figure out to get Romo studying more to get better chemistry between those two. And a year from now, they have the Super Bowl. And you can't, the reason the intervention works is correct, because if things don't improve, a year from now, they're going to be pretty nervous going to that Super Bowl about their broadcast booth.
All right, my who's down? Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, for that matter. I'm looking at Austin Karp's Twitter feed. The Pro Bowl on ESPN and ABC got 6.2 million viewers, which is down from 6.7 million viewers. They changed the Pro Bowl up. They got less viewers. The goal in this game is to get more. And so on my social feeds, people seem to love the touch football. People seem to react well to it on social. But in terms of the raw numbers of people that wanted to watch flag football instead of an exhibition football game with pads, that's a pretty significant drop for me. So I think that's something. I might not be getting a blanket next year, but there's something that bears watching.
You took my line. I was about to say.
Yeah, I could. By the way, your eyes lit up. I knew exactly what was coming there.
Yeah, big podcast listeners, I was going to say blanket coverage from John Ourand on Omaha Productions.